My name is Georgia. I like coming here because I don't feel isolated as a person of color because all of the peoples are great.
I'm Charlotte Getcha. My wife Cynthia and I love this church very much. Pastor Leslie's sermons are always inspiring and they make you think. And this church takes a strong stand for social justice. All are really welcome here. And the potlucks are the best in town.
I'm Sue Hadland, and for selfish reasons, I love the church because the church loves me. The church has been there when I've needed somebody to lean on, and I want to be that way for other people too. This church is just a great place, and I plan to be here till I die, and in the columbarium afterwards.
My name is Jan Kurtz, and I love this church because it has been my family since I moved here in the early 1980s. This church has allowed me to really be who I am, to stand for those things that I believe in, and in the 80s it was hunger issues and the Central American refugees, and today it's hunger issues and the Central American refugees. But I can come here and be who I am, come in with my ideas, have people listen, and know that none of us have to even agree on anything, but it's a place where I'm safe to discuss these beliefs and learn about other people that have their ideas. And it's just a warm, comforting, welcoming place, and maybe one of the most important things is the welcoming and the open and affirming. So this is my family, and I love being here. Thank you. Gracias.
I'm Marcia Ferris.
I'm Dan Hegstead.
We're married.
Yeah.
I'm at this church because of this. A lot of churches say this, but this church means it. And that's why I'm here and offer my support. I volunteer. It really matters. Everybody here matters.
And I came to this church because Marcia invited us, and I was kind of done with church. I hadn't had a good experience, but we came, and my son was just 2 or 3 years old, so it's been 25 years. And one thing I noticed was that everybody treated him like a real person, even though he was a kid, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They talked to him like he was a real person. And such respect, and that respect for a little kid, I noticed, and that this church respects everybody, no matter where you are or who you are respected, open and affirming for 20 years now. And we're the only church that officially is in this area. So that's a big deal. It matters to me, and that's why I come to this church, and it's why I support this church.
Amen.
My name is Jim Newgord. Been a member with my wife here now, probably in the neighborhood of 40 years or so. We first moved to town, we started looking around for a church, and we finally had some acquaintances that recommended we come here to First Congregational. And we got in here and we just felt comfortable the minute we walked in the door. And that comfort has never left. After all these years, we have seen an awful lot of good friends come and go, but it still is always just a home for us, and where we feel we belong, and we're part more of a family than really a church.
My name is Iddy Newgord, and we came to this church because we heard that this was an open church to people who had children with disabilities, and that it was a safe place. And so when we moved to Brainerd, our friends Joan and Jill Burns are the ones that brought us to this church. They had a son with disabilities, and we had a son with disabilities. And so we got here, and it was like it was a whole huge family watching over your child, so you didn't have to do quite as much observing and worry. And what's truly important is that it's open and affirming for all people, and that's important to us. And most of our good friends are here at this church.
I'm Ann Turnbull. I first came to this church about 20 years ago. And at that point in my life, I was considering not going to church anymore because I couldn't find a home. I'm a lesbian, and every place I went, it was hostile. And when I first came to this church, I was welcomed with open arms, and it really made a difference for me. It gave me a chance to thrive, to share my talents that I had, and I find the people very loving. And to me, a church is not the pastor, it's not the building, it's the people that make the community, and that's why I support the church.
Hi, we're Matt and Erin Carlgard, and we've been relatively new to the church within the past year and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
And we decided to start our search for a new home, a new church home, because we really started feeling called to think beyond ourselves more, and we love that this church really cares for everybody and is looking out for people that are sometimes easy to forget about in our communities. And then just a continuation of really Christ's love. It's so abundant here, and it's so obvious in the actions and the words, and everybody smiles when you come. But it's something that we've grown to want to come more, and to draw other people to it if we can, because it's such a special place to be. And that's why we support the church.
And it's a great group of people. We really enjoy it. We were welcomed into the community, and we haven't been here very long, but we really feel like we've been here forever because of how welcoming the community is here. So.
Good morning, I'm Sharon Carlson. 45 years ago, at the invitation of Rusty and Norma Miller, my husband and I and our 6-month-old daughter sat in the third pew from the front on the left-hand side of this church. And although now I've moved back a few pews, 45 years later, I am still coming almost every Sunday. I love the sanctuary, it's so beautiful. I love the people, they're so beautiful. That I know that if there was anybody in need for any single reason, our church members would be there. And it fills my heart with joy. It's such a pleasure for me to be among such wonderful, caring, open-minded people. Thank you.
I'm Claire Steen, and I love going to this church. I've been going to this church off and on for about 35 years. And my first experience coming back was being in a book study with Stan Lundberg, and he helped me realize that I can believe what I want to believe, and it would be accepted, and that was so refreshing to me. So that's basically why I'm here, is because there are people here who understand that you are able to express your own opinion, and they will accept you. It's one place I am safe in the Brainerd community with my beliefs, and also we have people here who are wonderful, who care, and who give very, very much to our community. I love it.
I'm Mabel Schultz, and I've only been a member here a few years, having moved to our lake cabin. As we've continued on in the church, we've felt that we've become a better part of the community, and I realize that there is so much, in a way, diversity in this church because of all the commitment and the stewardship that people prove within the community as well as the church. We, as a church, do so much beyond the church walls, and I really enjoy and appreciate that, and know that we are doing God's work.
Hi, I'm Judy Whiteman, a member of the church for a long time. And the mission of the church that's posted inside says to know and share God's love within us. And that's why it is important to me. And also, I think about how am I responding in my giving to the church. Part of that is that I look at how I'm spending money. That's a way of showing what's important to me. And sometimes the church doesn't come up very good. Maybe we need to think about that.
No,
That's all for now.
It's all for you, but I go to this church because this is family, all family. We love all the people.
My name is Tracy,
I'm Cassie.
and I love the church because I have gone to many churches, and I am a trans woman, and because Christ loved everybody, and he did not reject anybody except for the Pharisees, which he wasn't happy with. So I fit in here because I'm loved here.
I like it here because you can't not fit in here, you know, everyone's welcome. It's cool.
My name is Deb Griffith. Well, this sign says it all. All are welcome. I happen to be a gay woman who is married to another gay woman, of course, and this says it all. All are welcome here. This is a church where I come to where I am just like everyone else. I have the same fears, the same hopes, the same everything. And people are glad when I'm here. People are happy when I'm, you know, when I talk or whatever, when I share things with them, and that's big. They believe that my love for another woman is as normal or as special as their love for their husband or their wife.